What up, y'all? Welcome back to a brand new season of Let's Talk More Action Golf podcast. In this season, we're diving deep into the connection between golf and fatherhood, the values, lessons, and stories that shape us both on and off the course. Our first guest in this episode is Rodney Cox. Rodney is a brother from another mother. He's a great golfer and an even better dad. Rodney and I met a few years ago. He's one of the reasons why I play this game with integrity, respect, and as a quiet competitor. Our journey goes back to Dallas. A friend of my wife's invited her to a 25th year wedding anniversary where I showed up in the light green suit and totally missed the black tie dress code. But that night, I met Rodney and he lit the fire of golf in me. Today, we sat down at my home course, Clear Creek Golf Course, for a thoughtful conversation about family values, his upcoming podcast, and our shared love and respect for the game. What you're about to hear is an edited conversation lasting about 30 minutes. But we talk for more than an hour, and the entire unedited video is going to be on YouTube next week. So make sure you are subscribed, you follow us, so you can check it out on YouTube when it drops. I want to encourage you to leave a comment and give us a 5-star review because it really helps us for others to find us. But before we tee off with Rodney today, I want to send love to another good dad and golfer, Josh, who goes by Josh Golf Quest on Instagram, who's recently been diagnosed with cancer. Josh, we are praying for you, and we're standing with you for a quick and healthy recovery. All right, y'all, grab your clubs. Let's get into it with Rodney. I'll see you guys at the end of the podcast. Oh, man.
What's good, brother?
Listen, man, I appreciate you doing this.
Thank you, man.
I'd be remiss if I didn't point out the look.
What's up, man?
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, you do a little something, man. You turn 50, man, and you gotta do a little something.
You got
man.
that East Coast joint going.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's the East Coast look,
Yeah,
right?
you-
At least that's what I think.
Yeah, you turn 50, you gotta do a couple of things, man. You know, my son works here, man. I was expecting to see him out here. I don't know if he's out here today.
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
That's an interesting topic, like you got with the topic about family and father.
Exactly, yeah, because I definitely think fatherhood
What's going on, brother?
and golf are there's definitely interrelated.
When you get the polos, man?
Man, I got these polos, when was it? I think the Big Smoke tournament. They were doing a Big Smoke tournament, and I thought,
okay, so
this would be
got your
dope.
logo.
You know what I mean? Come out here, show the
where
logo.
mine at, though? You know
Listen,
what I'm saying? I was there from day
I'm going to
one.
tell you the same thing I've been telling everybody. Yours is coming.
Yeah.
Yours is coming. Oh, my God. Yo,
nice
first
large,
of all,
man. I'll be all
it's
right.
hot out here. I really
so.
wanted to do this outdoor to make
good.
it work.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sweat a little bit.
Yeah. Make it work.
So, man, talk to me.
What's
when
up,
did
brother?
you get started with golf?
Man, so I actually got started with golf with my brother, man. This was probably, I want to say 2007.
2007,
Around
okay.
that. So it's been a while.
Okay.
So, my brother taught me the game, but the first tournament I was in was with this nonprofit called Hype.
Okay.
And so Hype is a nonprofit in Houston. Shout out to Brandy. Shout out to Bird. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to Todd. Shout out to Shauna. All these people work at, that's my wife. All these people work within Hype or have at some point. But Hype is a nonprofit, and their goal is to teach literacy and parenthood.
Okay.
So they get these kids for the summer. They get their parents. They do a lot of, Swahili chants and whatnot. Kind of fill them with cultural vibes. It's cool, man. So they used to have a golf tournament. Sometimes they've had it here. Oftentimes they have it at Herman.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Hey, can you purchase a hole? You know how you get the flag and you get the sign and whatnot."
Yeah.
I could do that, but let me play.
Okay.
So I went and got lessons from a cat by the name of Ben Castaneda. He's still at Herman.
Okay.
Still
Okay.
teaching.
Yo, I know Ben. Ben taught me too.
Man, Ben has been there for a minute.
Okay.
But I couldn't understand what he was saying. So I had to.
Man, it's all about the fundamentals, though.
It's all about the fundamentals.
Like, it's the same lesson.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you go, it's the same lesson.
You got to pronate the hands and all the rest.
There you go.
Hey,
You
man,
know,
but he
you
had
got
to
to
get
count 1, 2 with the right foot, 2, 3 with the left foot, and boom, you done.
But I still set up that way.
You still set up that way?
I still set up. I mean, I'm not counting, but I still set up the same fundamentals that he taught me. Yeah,
okay.
I'm still setting
When
up
I'm
that way.
having a bad round,
Yeah.
like when I'm playing
Yeah,
horrible,
Yeah.
I go back to that and I just get myself together.
Yeah. So Ben taught me the game, man. And then I played in that tournament, and the rest is history, man.
All right,
My brother
that's
gave me
what's
my first putt. Now, so like you talk about family and golf.
Yeah.
So the first time I played golf was at this tournament.
Okay.
But my brother gave me the game.
How so?
You understand? Because golf is etiquette.
Right.
There's a way that you approach golf that's different than any other sport. Like,
Okay.
you can trash talk in basketball as soon as you get on the court, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But there is a bit of an etiquette to the game,
Okay.
you know, that he taught me and taught me how to value. If someone's, 100 yards in front of you, you don't hit into them.
Okay.
You know, somebody's line, you don't walk on their line. So just all those small little bits and pieces that really we got to keep that in the game, because if we don't, it won't be a gentleman's game anymore. So we've got to keep that vibe going.
Okay. Yeah. I think as you're talking about etiquette, like there've been a lot of noise, right, around the game of golf with the lack of etiquette, right? People are fighting.
Yeah.
People are just destroying the course.
Yeah.
You know, like I think I saw a video recently of this white kid who was just like ripping the greens because he missed his putt.
A putt, right? Oh yeah, no, that's disgusting.
Which is kind of crazy. But I think the passion that you said you enter the golf with, like, talk to me about that with your first kid. Like when you started.
Yeah.
Because your son is what, 24?
Be 25 this year.
25 this year.
25
okay.
This year. Yeah, so I'm a beverage. It's very similar to golf in the sense that the way you approach golf in the beginning is not the way you're gonna approach it on your 100th round. The first round is, you're just trying to get. Now, if I had 100 kids, I'd probably be better at the 100.
Yeah.
With the first kid, you're gonna experiment a little bit. So, I think the one theme that I can say from golf and all of my kids is just trying to make sure they understand that they're part of a bigger community, right? And there is something to say with respecting and honoring the traditions of that community. So, you're Cox, that's my last name. I always preach that to my kids. There's something about that name that you have to protect, you have to honor, and the values that come with that, you hand it down. So the same thing is true with golf. Sons and daughters come out here.
Okay.
Moms come out here and play the game.
Okay.
And, they're teaching them the game, and at the same time, they're passing on those family values to them.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what are your family values like? So you have values for golf, but what are your family values or tradition?
So for me, I guess I'll start with the home unit. The one thing about being a parent, man, the kids try to put one against the other. You know what I'm saying? And that I do not play.
Trying to pit one parent against the other. Yeah.
No, you can't do that. You
Okay.
come for me, you come for her. You come for her. That's just me.
Yeah.
Everybody don't feel that way.
Yeah.
And even when we wrong, we're right.
Do you find that boys do that more than girls? What do you think?
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Because boys got their moms eating out their hand.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
And same with the daughters, they got us eating out their hand. But
Right.
it seems like the boys play on their emotions because maybe we don't allow the females to get away with it. Maybe we don't allow the daughters to get away with it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think there are certain things like in earshot, I be hearing my son say to my wife. Sometimes I'm like, wait, what? Who are you? What are you saying?
So if you translate it to golf, it would be the wife allowing your son to improve the lie. You're not playing the ball where it's at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You move it.
You get it out that spot. You get it out that spot. You want to get it clean. You want to get a clean hit on it. Go ahead, move. But us, oh no, you got to play where it is, baby. That's just what it is.
Okay.
Got mud on it. Okay.
I got it.
Hey, you shouldn't have hit it there.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit different. So for me, that's the first thing, man. You can't let them, but you learn that over time. You know what I mean? You learn that over time, but you can't let them divide up. It's like when you're playing in a scramble.
Yeah.
Right? If you and your partner start fighting, that's a wrap.
Oh, the game is over. The game is over. So what are some of the things that your kids trying to get away with that you have to be like, okay, wait, this is good. I'm going to let you get away with that. But this one, we're not doing that.
Yeah, so I only have my daughter at home right now, and she's pretty. Colin is a pretty high integrity.
Okay.
I mean, she reads the Bible on her own, and you don't have to tell her. She just front to back, she can read.
That's what's up.
So her lives are like, what are you watching? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or she says she doesn't know a Cardi B song, and I catch her singing the words. Something like that. You know, it's just...
Wait.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't listen to that. What's going on?
Right.
Nah, Dad, the station just came on.
Right.
It just fell.
Yeah.
It just
so
came on.
So similar to golf, you know, it's just, if it's not egregious, and in the end, you know, we're going to win. Because she's going to be successful. She's got good values. She's got a good heart. Love for God, love for family. Smart as a whip. It's not gonna affect the outcome.
So
you might let them get away with some stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like you like, in the grand scheme of things, is this really gonna?
Yeah. Why sweat it? I think it was Mark Twain that said, when I was a kid, I thought my father was dumb, and my parents were dumb. And then I became an adult, and I couldn't believe how much they had learned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where kids, they think they know everything, and sometimes you gotta let them think that.
So you have a son and a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you give a little bit more leeway, and who do you hold on to a little bit tighter?
Oh yeah, definitely my daughter gets more leeway than my son.
Why
100%.
is that?
Because that's a good question. I say that people earn the right to be not micromanaged. At least that's what I've always done in my management style. You know, you earn the right not to be micromanaged. And so my son is just a little bit more of a what's the word I'm looking for? He's an artist.
Okay.
You know, and so he has that artist thinking. He sees the world different. He walks outside with no shoes on.
He's a little bit more fluid.
Yeah. Well, my daughter is more of a scientist, right? And so I can understand that a little bit more because I've never played an instrument, although I love the arts. So for her, you know, we could have a conversation, and what would take me and my son probably 2 or 3 pages worth of conversation to get to be on the same page, her and I can have like 2 or 3 words because our brains are kind of wired more the same. So she gets a lot more leeway, honestly, because I understand the why behind why she's doing something. So if I catch her, for instance, she gets up, man, she'll be up at 4 a.m. reading, doing homework. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, without being asked.
Without being asked, just up at 4 a.m.
Okay.
And the only thing I may ask is like, well, cut on some lights.
Yeah.
Because she likes to, you know, read with the little light.
Okay.
My son up at 4 a.m, he walking around the house with no shirt on. I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that no shirt on thing is something I have to get used to. Because when I grew up, like my dad wouldn't even let you be with like one of those little wife beaters.
Thank you, man.
Let alone a shirt. So.
See, I was just asking somebody to say, and so, but that's the same thing when we talking about etiquette in golf. It's the same thing. Like that was passed on to me. I never ever wore my shirt off in my house. Period.
Me neither. Yeah.
I played one basketball game, skins and shirts, and I was skins. I was like, damn, this shit feels so uncomfortable. Can't understand how people can play basketball like this, man.
Listen, this is one of those things I've had to give in.
Yeah.
Because I think like my older sons, like they would go play basketball, come back, no shirt on, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like what's that? Oh man! But I would be just a singular voice,
right?
Because nobody else cared. I was the only person
Yeah,
that would be like, yo, what's going on? What are you doing? What? Put a shirt on. Put it.
Right.
And then before I would say, well, if your daughter, if your sister, just walk out here with no shirt on,
it's gonna be a problem. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Why should I let you? But I have to admit, I feel like it's a battle that I've lost. Like, listen,
well,
there are other things
he won't do it when I'm around, but if I'm not around, now the shirt's coming off.
Oh.
I see him on the Ring camera, you know, outside with the dog shirt off. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? And so that's the part. That's the. If you talk about anything in parenting and golf, that is it.
Okay.
It's the thick character.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because if we playing golf, man, I don't have time to watch every time you go to a ball.
Bro.
You know, I'm not chasing you with my cart 150 yards off the course because you didn't.
Listen,
That's what you're instilling in your kids. Like, what are you gonna do when I'm not there? When nobody's looking and it's just you. You know, you're gonna have the character of a coxman or a coxwoman, or you're gonna revert to this worldly. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the piece. Why the shirt is so important to me. Because you can take your shirt off in your own house, but it's not your house. If I go over his house and he got his shirt off, I'm probably still gonna tell him to put it on.
Bro, I think that's one lesson.
You know what I'm saying?
That's one lesson kids haven't learned.
Yeah.
And I have an older son, 25, and we're having a conversation, and the old me would have been like, "Hey, my guy, you don't pay the rent here. What I say goes." Right?
That should be the same. That should be the new you. That should be
the new me, right? You know, I gotta soften the language.
Right.
I said, well, we have a set of values in this house.
Okay, I like that.
You know, when you have your house, you could determine what values that you instill. But this one here.
Exactly.
And when I go to your house, right, I have to follow your values.
Right.
If at your house you say everyone has to be shirtless,
that's it.
Whether I agree with it or not,
I either stay outside or I'll take my shirt off. It is
so
what it is.
It is okay.
So then when you translate that like to golf, that's one thing that we have to make sure that we pass on to the next generation of golfers, because we can't come out here and make the rules. We'll bend them a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But we gotta respect the traditions of the game. I'll come out and, you know, I'll usually have my little music with me. I try not to play it so loud that the cart in front of me can hear it, or the people behind me. You know, someone's at the tee box, cut your music all the way down so they can hit it, because you just never know what vibe the next group is in. And it's nice that we can do that now, because of golf back in the day, the marshals wouldn't let you do any of that stuff. So that's the one thing I would say, man. You know, like in parenting, we sometimes want to match the times. You know, we want to parent the way that the society is kind of, you know, allowing people to move and maneuver. But you lose a lot when you do that. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
You lose a lot. So the same thing on the course. I'm gonna hit you with something, man, because you know I'm working on a podcast. It'll be out soon. I'm working on a podcast, man, and this concept that I've been working on, and I want to hit it with you. So you know the concept of evolution, right? And natural selection. Right. So there's certain things that survive, and there's certain things that die, just depending on the environment that you put something in.
Exactly.
So what do you say about the natural selection process that you see that's happening in families? Like, what is surviving and what's dying?
I think resilience is a dying. Is a very dying characteristic that we're losing.
I agree, man. If you say the same thing when it comes down to golf, right now they're talking about dialing the ball back. Because now everybody's just hitting the ball long, and you don't have to shape the shots anymore. If it's a 400-yard course and you're hitting the ball 350, you don't need to draw. You don't need to learn how to do all those things. You just wedge. So the same thing is true, I think, in parenting, and more importantly, I think within the culture. You know, there's a natural selection that's happening within all of our communities, and it's just interesting to me to see the things that are surviving and the things that are dying. And it does seem like, there is some social engineering that's being, you know, done to our families and to our kids and to our community, that is putting our kids in an environment where they're going to be, these certain attributes are the ones that are going to survive. These other attributes are going to die. Right. And so if you bring it back to golf, the one thing in golf that we all should want to keep alive is the etiquette and the kindness, you know, to one another. Right. Because there's something about it. It's a gentleman's game. It's a woman's game. You know what I'm saying? Where you have that etiquette. You have a older gentleman that's playing with you, or older woman that's playing with you. You want to give them that, you know, respect. We're losing some of that in the community. You know, you see people walking around with their pants sagging in front of a grandma, or you know, in front of a grandfather. We should have never allowed that to survive. We should have never allowed that to survive. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the natural selection process. But we did, and those are the kind of questions that I want to talk about on my podcast.
Because if we connect that to golf, right? If I don't fix my divots, if I don't do that, then the person behind me, if I don't rake the sand bunker, then the person behind me is going to have a harder time.
100%.
So now I'm thinking about the community, and I feel like nowadays in families, kids are not thinking about the whole.
You got to think about the community.
It's me.
That's it.
Me.
That's
It's
it.
the whole.
That's it.
If I wash this dish, it's not because, oh, it wasn't mine,
Right.
but it's because if this dish get washed, when my dad or my mom come to make dinner,
Right.
dinner will be ready
Then
quick.
we read, yeah. And you have company and the house is clean and the restroom is clean. It's not because you use the restroom, you just want it to be clean when the next person comes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Life become easier.
Right.
It's the same way when we playing golf. Like if I fix my divot,
The rule is, even if you don't have a divot, you repair a divot. Even if you're on the course and you see one, you
There
repair
you go.
a divot. And so that goes back to what I
that's
was
the
telling
each
you.
one teach one of the
100%.
family idea,
Right.
building a community.
And that's when I go back to my brother when he gave me the game, when he taught me the etiquette of the game. That's what he was passing on the community values of the game. And so the same thing has to be true in parenting. Same thing has to be true with our families. We got to figure out, well, what is it that we want to survive and move forward to the next generation, and then promote that in the kids. So being a good example for your kids, like on the golf course, is extremely important. As best as you can, because we're human.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to be perfect,
Yeah.
and I'm definitely not a perfect parent. Not even close.
When did you realize with fatherhood that, I gotta do this the right way?
Oh wow, that's it. That's interesting. I think, man, that's a good question. What's the right way though?
Values, tradition. Your right way could be some of the things that how you were raised as you were growing up. You're like, no, I'm gonna keep this in my basket.
True.
Right. My dad did this. I could see the value. I'm gonna keep that.
Right. Well, so now that you say that, I'll go back to parenting, right? So with my son, I was a spanker. My daughter, not at all.
So when you first started,
Yeah.
you thought being a good dad is to not spare the rod.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, especially with a boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially with a boy.
How did that evolve though to where you're like, oh, maybe this is, do you ever think like, oh, maybe this is not cool anymore?
I'm on the fence. So
Okay.
last time I spanked my son, he was 16. It was a conscious decision. Hey, you're 16. I'm not spanking you.
Okay.
We're done
Right.
with that.
Yeah.
My daughter, I spanked her once. She had on a diaper.
Okay.
I gave her 3 licks, man. And you know what that's saying when they say it hurts me more than it hurts her? Man,
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do it.
You gotta.
I can't
only
do
people
it.
with kids can actually say that
I
and for it
can't.
to make sense.
It's like no.
Yeah.
I can't do this. Not with
Yeah.
a girl, man. My hands
Yeah.
are too heavy. It's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. You
So
felt that.
I felt that.
Okay.
So would I, if I had kids now, would I spank them? I don't know, man. It would be hard for me to say I wouldn't, but I certainly would be more willing to have a conversation. The
Okay.
bar for spanking would be higher.
Okay.
You know, 'cause
Yeah.
when we were kids, the bar was low.
Very. And, another thing I thought about too
Bar
is
was
that spanking had a very different meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, spanking, at least the way that it's approached, if you start spanking your kids, then you're getting them used to being able to be, like in the case of a young girl,
For sure.
it's okay that another
For sure.
person hits you.
For sure.
But then I feel like back in the days, we're talking about 80s, early 90s, everyone was doing it.
Right.
Then it was like, oh, this is how we grew up. It doesn't give another adult the right to do that. But as a
100%.
kid,
Right.
this is how I'm.
But go back to what I was just saying about natural selection. So we as a society decided that we don't need to be having corporal punishment in our schools.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Used to go and, I
Yeah.
remember I was in, this was like the year that the Challenger exploded. I was in elementary. I think this was an English
You went to
teacher.
Catholic school?
No.
This is
was
public school?
HRSD.
Okay.
Betsy
okay.
Ross.
Okay.
Yeah, on Cavalcade. And we did something. We was in the library acting a fool as we do. Multicultural school now.
Yeah.
Teacher stood at that front door. Everybody got it. With a ruler on the hand. Everybody got it. Then you go to the principal's office.
Yeah.
Get them three licks. Now, I'll be honest with you. Nobody wanted to go to the principal's office get those 3 licks. So there was a little bit of a fear that it made you walk the line.
Yeah.
So when we took corporal punishment out, I understand why we did it, but look what we did. Look what the consequences are.
Yeah.
Like these kids run the school.
We're saying there are certain things we don't want to do, but yet we do not equip, whether it be the students or the teachers,
Right.
on certain things.
Yeah.
Right? Like, for example, in Texas, your kid can get arrested for doing something in school, elementary school. But then I went to the school. I'm like, so if something is going on with the school, my child is trying to defend himself, and something happened as he's defending himself,
Right.
he can be arrested. What class do you have for conflict resolution? Right, to de-escalation. Are you teaching the kids
so,
to do that?
that's a great point, because you didn't equip them with the skill. You tucked that away, the corporal punishment, but you didn't equip them with the skills.
Exactly.
That's a big problem, man.
You know what I mean? Like, I think like there needs to be a good balance, just like habits, right?
Yep.
You can't say you want to change your habits and then you don't have anything else to replace it. The minute things get hard, you're gonna go back to that.
So that was probably the problem with corporal punishment.
Yeah.
You know? But all right, so we related to golf. Nobody likes to see a marshal. Right?
No one.
And nobody wants to hear the clubhouse say you can't go out there with jeans. Right?
Yeah.
But if you continue to allow that to slippery slope,
then everyone else is doing it.
Everybody's out there playing 5-hour rounds, sagging their pants and church shoes.
There you go. Yeah.
And work boots. You gotta have some rules, man. You can't. Same with parenting. You gotta have some rules. Now, whether it's corporal punishment, whether it's spare the rod, I mean, I'll let you to decide that. But I just think it can't be a lawless. Like they said in Tombstone, we gotta have some law.
I think I spoke with the therapist who was saying that kids want you to hold them accountable. They need it.
So. Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
They need it. Because I think I've talked to grown adult who goes back and like, man, I wish my mom would keep me away from that situation. I wish my dad would keep me away from that situation.
Right, but that's the reason why. What's the name of that golf thing for kids? First tee.
Okay.
Why First tee is so popular.
Yeah.
Because kids come, and golf is such a complicated game, but First Tee simplifies it, teaches them the rules, teaches them the etiquette, and you just get a kid who just respects the community, not just the golf community, but they transfer those skills. And I see the same thing in sports, honestly. Like, for me, it was important that my son and my daughter played a sport. They didn't play it to the level that, I probably wanted them to, but I wanted them to play it because I think there's a lot that you learn, particularly from coaches. So it's the same concepts that we're trying to teach them, the coach is trying to teach them, the community is trying to teach them. So I went to one of my homeboys' sons' decal day where they had the helmets and you put the decal.
Yeah.
Man, I was so proud of these young brothers in their locker room, man. I walked in there. It was all no, sir, yes, sir. You don't hear that anymore, man. I mean, and these are big brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Just like,
And they were just as polite, and so that's the culture that's fostered in that room of accountability, of respecting your elders.
And I think also, too, when you're entering, whether it be the gym, the arena, or the practice facility, those coaches lay out what this place represents.
Right. 100%.
And I think it's the same thing with golf, right? 100%. Your brother gave you the game to say, no, this place, this is how you move there.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing at home. Like, and I think that's why I appreciate like instituting like value system, right? Like a good value system.
Yeah.
What's been the most frustrating thing for you personally as a golfer?
The driver, getting off the tee.
Okay.
I can do everything else pretty decent, but I have a hard time hitting my drive. I have no idea why.
So what about in your parent? Like, what's the most challenging thing for you as a dad?
It depends on the kid, honestly. I guess it comes down to the same thing. So with my son, he's, like I said, he's an artist, so he wanted to go into an artsy field.
Okay.
Like recording engineer.
Yeah.
For him, I was like, man, chase your passions.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do, I'll support you.
Yeah.
Now, my daughter, I'm actually just the opposite. She wants to be a vet, and I'm like, no. Like,
why?
It's a dog. It's a cat, man. I mean, I think you have to have portable skills. And so when I think about skills that we may need 30, 40 years from now, I don't know if we're going to be giving a damn about dogs and cats. Maybe. Yeah.
Before we wrap up, I want to
brother?
hear a little bit more. Let's lay out what people should be expecting for the upcoming podcast.
So the upcoming podcast, man, is something I've been thinking about for a long time. Really, man, so for me, how do I put this? I'm an alpha.
Okay.
And shout out to Fall 95 at TSU. So one thing about alpha, we talk about Du Bois and the talented 10. And really, Du Bois, it was an elitist approach
Okay.
to solving the problems that happen in the black community. And really, it was the burden of those who went to college and then of those alpha men, talented 10, to really map out the community.
Okay.
And solve the community's problems and the problems of the whole of the world. So for me, I want to solve a problem in the community. And the biggest problem I have in the community, and I've been having this for a while, is like I've never understood why we've gravitated to this destructive form of music.
Okay.
That is really naturally selected some values in our community that I don't think serve us well.
Yeah.
Not just in Houston and America, but just nationwide. I mean, worldwide. I don't think the values that are being attached to our people that come from the music and that are now defining the culture, I don't think that those are our real values. How do I solve for that?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How do I break that down and have a conversation with people of color and people who are not of color on that social engineering and what's the solution to fix it?
Yeah.
Because you can point out I think everybody's kind of waking up to the problem that, this has probably gone too far.
Yeah.
In terms of the way that the music is just one little vibe. It's just the same ratchet, kill another brother.
Yeah.
I think everybody's kind of woken up and said, like, is that all we are?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
But
it's gotta have a little bit more.
It's been allowed to define the culture, and there's some intentional reasons for that probably. But rather than point out the reasons, I think I want to talk about the solution to it. And I have some ideas on what the solution is.
Okay.
So that's what it's going to be about.
When should we expect the podcast?
Man, the way you talking, I gotta get it going, man. So I would say no later than 2026, man.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Top of 2026?
No later than 2026, man.
Okay.
We have our first one out. Maybe that'd be a nice way to start the new year.
All right, man.
Luke, appreciate it, my brother.
Listen, it was a
This
pleasure.
was fun.
Thank
Absolutely,
you,
man. Absolutely.
Thank
man.
you. We got to get you back on.
Let's talk more action golf.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to get you back
When I'm
on
back,
the
man,
course.
trust me, it's gonna be the same old same, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same old same. Sign the
I don't know.
scorecard, man.
I don't know. You know, my short game.
It's coming along.
Is coming along really well.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All we can do is play the game, man.
That's it.
That's it.
All right, bro.
All right, brother.
You want to do a little chipping? I could record us.
Yeah, we can, man. If you want to do some putting.
Yeah.
You want a quick putting contest? Let me see what this thing will
Oh, that'd be
do.
dope.
Let me see what this thing will do, man. It appears.
Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk More Action Golf podcast. We hope that you've enjoyed today's episode. A big shout out to our producer and creative director, Ajane Josepha, for bringing the show to life. And a special thank you to Sid Mack for our fantastic music. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our podcast on your favorite platform. Follow us on social media for the latest update and exclusive content at Let's Talk More Action Golf. I'm your host, Luke Josepha. Until next time, keep swinging easy, and remember, let's talk more action golf.
Life's a maze, keep your head high when you going through it. I saw dead bodies look in the eyes of the living, held back as you held back from making bigger decisions. We get lost, but this journey comes with us down, that's a given. That's a given. That's a given. We get lost, but the journey comes with us down, that's a given. That's a given.
Let's talk more action golf.